Hello everyone, we're in lovely downtown Lapeer, Michigan today. We're going to check out something we haven't been to before. Off in the distance you can see the golden dome of the historic courthouse being updated and refreshed a little bit. Hello everyone, it's Daryl. How you guys doing today? And I'm wearing my adventure shirt. Thank you very much, Wes, New Arcadia Metal and Works, for this wonderful shirt that I absolutely love. Very comfortable and cozy. But we're going to visit today the Lapeer County Historical Society. And it's right downtown here, across the street from the post office. It's this brown colored brick building with really nice brickwork to it. A very nice design. What a lovely building. We're going to get a look at the sign here. The Lapeer County Historical Society and Genealogical Research Center. And the building itself is the former State Mutual Cyclone Insurance Company. That's a mouthful, isn't it? But just a lovely, lovely preserved building. Look at that, isn't that a nice building? And I believe they have limited hours here. I know they're open on most Saturdays. We're going to go in and have a look around and show you guys what they have. Alright, here we are inside of the museum today, and the museum's open on Saturdays from
10 until 3.
10 to 3. And
Wednesdays.
Oh, and Wednesdays too. Okay.
10 until 3.
Same hours on Wednesdays, and it's by donation, so be sure you leave a nice donation when you come in to help them fund their operation here. And we're just going to go around and look at some of the different things that are on display. This is some antique toys and children's entertainment items. You might recognize some of these from your childhood if you're of a certain age. Over here we've got some fire apparatus. I think that's fireman's horns and an attic nozzle. I've never saw that quite before, but that's interesting. And another nozzle there, a hat. And I think this is really cool. Here in the corner they've got this old switchboard here. It's pretty interesting the way they used to have to connect phone calls and transfer between different people and different locations by pulling and putting in those various plugs. And the lady told me this one isn't in one of the earliest ones because it has a dial on it, and the earliest ones that date back to the 1800s don't have the dials, but still very fascinating. They do a calendar every year to help raise money and promote what they do. And this one features the historic homes of Lapeer. And every year through the past they've had different themes of what they've done the calendars on. It's a nice little way to get some professional quality prints of local iconic buildings and history. You can see some sports teams from the past here. Over here as well. Let's see what else we got. This little gadget here. And here's some samples of some horses from the Jordan Enterprise Corporation of Lapeer, which manufactured and sold small carousels. And look at that. There's an example of one there. And the horses, of course, right here, a couple different styles. And some other photos back in the back. A story dating from 1946 or so. Well, actually, 1947 it's dated, that one there. Very fascinating stuff here. I like these a lot. Along the sidewall we've got some photographs of downtown Lapeer. Lots of vintage cars and such. And the Pix Theater, which is still proudly operating in downtown Lapeer. Here's the old fire station with a tower behind it. Now this is an antique washing machine here. Speed Queen Corporation. Donated by Leland Moore of the Lapeer Hardware Company. Owned by the Gerlachs of Dryden. Here's a very old artistic rendering of the Lapeer area and Henry Stevens lumber mill. And here, pulling stumps. Logging was a very big part of Lapeer. It was the earliest industry here. And some of these are the tools related to logging and carpentry work. In this case, some political campaign ribbons. And then some more on this side of the case about the logging industry. And of course, years ago it was difficult getting around in the winter, so people relied on snowshoes, possibly skis too, as well as wooden sleds to haul things across the frozen wasteland. There's a vintage adding machine and an organ. I'm just going to keep walking around. The Genealogical Society is located in this building too, and they have extensive collections of local obituaries and old newspapers that can be accessed and studied. There's a high school diploma from years ago, 1899. Some furniture and housewares. What have we here? An interesting clock. It looks like a railroad clock to me. A panoramic shot of the Oakdale State Home. And I'm guessing this is probably the powerhouse at Oakdale. And here we have a historic map of Oakdale. It's quite a complex at one time. I didn't realize it was quite this large. This is amazing how big this is. The different dormitories and buildings. There's the power plant there. I'm trying to figure out which buildings are still there. There's only 2 or 3 buildings still there. And way down there is the cemetery. They have these wonderful laminated old newspapers here that you can look through with all the stories and fascinating old ads in them as well. The Lapeer County Clarion. This one's from 1907. Fascinating stuff. Well worth the trip out here to have a look around.